Hi, Sarupa here from the soulagentblog.com and sarupashah.com, and welcome to another masterclass. You can see I've got the whiteboard out and I've been writing on it because there's something really important I want to share with you today, which is a 7-step miracle plan. Now, I've been working on the content for my workshop on May the 9th in London, which I'm going to tell you about as well a little bit later. And one of the things I'm going to be talking to people and sharing and teaching them and walking them through the process and getting them to really experience is the 7-step miracle plan. And I decided actually I want to share some of it with you as well today, because it is really important. It's a topic that I know interests and excites people, but it also can make people feel quite deflated. And I'm going to talk about that by talking about step 1, which is about define and refine. A lot of old paradigm miracle stories are about miracles happening to you, divine acts that are almost like, I always think of it like that lottery hand for those that are in the UK, where the hand comes out of the sky and goes, it's your turn. So when things don't happen, you feel like, well, I haven't been good enough, I haven't been deserving. But the fact is, miracles happen because of this. And this is another one of my lovely little diagrams. And this is a universal mirror. I'm not sure if it actually looks like that, but it reflects back to you. So you are that divine source. You are the divine magic that you might be looking for externally and outside of you. So it's really about defining and refining that definition of what miracles are. The second that I call SATA, okay, so it stands for surrender, accept, take action. Now, old paradigm language, the word surrender has been around for a very long time, in spiritual and new age circles, and I used to feel very reactive against it. It used to make me feel really icky, because surrender is like having a white flag and waving it, going, I give up, I give up. That's what it kind of reminded me of. And I don't believe it was really fully understood, but as all the new energies coming in and everything is shifting, it's beginning to kind of expand a bit more, because surrender actually for me is about the truth. It's about, this is where I am, okay? So if you're somebody who hasn't had clients for a long time, or you're worried that you're not going to make your mortgage or rent, and you're burying your head in the sand and just sticking to the taking action part and forgetting surrender and accept, you're actually working from a place of lack, because that's where the panic and fear and this sense of I'm not responsible, but I'll just keep taking action, I can't change anything comes in. And underneath all of that, of course, when you unpeel, you get to this root core of I don't feel like I'm good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve. So surrender is actually about telling yourself the truth. You don't need to tell anyone else. We don't need to make announcements on social media or write all our family and friends emails and letters, but it's just saying, okay, this is where I'm at. That's the truth about surrender. And acceptance is, okay, this is where I'm at, and I'm okay with this. I accept this, because now I'm going to take action. And in previous videos, I've talked about how to take action. To take action to where you want to be, not action of why have I ended up in that situation. But this is really important. SATA, remember that as a term. Use it and remember where you obviously. It's about you attracting miracles. So when you surrender, accept, and take action, it's a really, really powerful 4 things that you can do. Third step is get clear. So something that I've really noticed in the heart-centered community is a fear of getting clear, or getting clear and then wanting to run away from it, or this continuous changing your mind, changing goalposts because you're not sure. Maybe I've gone too high, maybe I won't get that many clients, maybe that's not my worth, maybe I'll change it. Or it's just this continuous ever-changing, and it's like the energy's like this, like this, like this. So it's really about getting clear and grounded. And I have a thing that I teach, which is called the Goldilocks alignment. Now, those of you that know, most of you will know the Goldilocks and the 3 bears story. The porridge was too hot, too cold, and just right. Each of us has our own alignment, our Goldilocks alignment point. And I'm going to show you on May the 9th how you can get to that. And when you learn how you can get to that, each time you align to something that you want to happen, whether it's in your business, whether it's with your money story, whether it's with your health, relationships, whatever it is, it becomes a stepping stone. Because when we go too high, we're just leaving a gap, a void that would be filled with, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. When we go too low, our energy isn't raised enough. And I'm going to talk about that in number 5. The 4th thing, might seem obvious, is to ask. Okay, when you're clear, You can make a really clear request to the universe, to your soul, to your spirit, to all the celestial forces that are working with you and in support of you. But when you're asking for something different, even if it's minute by minute, in some cases I've seen when panic has really kicked in, or when you're asking for something really different every day because you've changed your mind, there isn't that lack of clarity, and the universe can only reflect to you that lack of clarity. So you ask, once you've got clear, then you raise your energy, okay? What I've seen, as I shared, is women who I work with will often get clear and then they'll panic and run away from what they're wanting to ask about. But when you actually raise your energy to meet that, and this is what I call energy manipulation. And manipulation is a good thing because it's about movement. So it's understanding how to move your energy, how to shape it, and then how to let that direct your action. So that's some really, really powerful things that you can learn about energy manipulation, and ways that you can do this immediately is think about when you're feeling like something's not going to work, or I would like to fill my mastermind or my one-day event or my weekend retreat, and then if you have that kind of, you say that, and then underneath you get that feeling of it's not going to work, when it just pulls you down. Go and do something that will raise your energy. And I know this might sound funny actually, but one of the ways that I raise my energy is by hoovering, and I guess it's my way of doing physical movements. So I love to get the hoover out. There are days when I can probably hoover more than once a day, but it's about raising my energy, shifting that energy, shifting anything that's making me feel heavy and dense. So it's really important that you learn what works for you, and you learn some really powerful energy manipulation techniques. The sixth one is a manifestation and attraction process. Now, if you're still in that kind of feeling that a miracle is something that happens to you, it's something that you're selected to by some higher power, this is going to be difficult to perhaps stomach at this point, but it's all part of the manifestation and attraction process. You attract the miracles, you manifest them, because you are the divine source. You are the divine energy that is reflecting that back to you. So it's about having a process and knowing a process. Now, from way back when I was younger, my earliest memories are of kind of making things happen and playing with energy. I've always been very, very deeply spiritual, and in fact, obviously, sometimes I look back thinking when I was younger things were much easier because I just accepted that it was the way. As I got older, I had to go through my own journey, but it was in my 20s I thought I kind of got my spiritual geek anorak on. I thought I want to understand how I make things happen. And this process was kind of developed from looking back at my life, at things that had happened. I was always a serial diary keeper and notebook keeper. Even when I was really young, I've got all these little notebooks from when, even my early school days. So journaling and storing information has been very much part of my life. I must have been a librarian in past lives, I'm sure. So it's about knowing a process, and I'm going to share my 7-step manifestation process, which I don't have time to share now, but I'm sure you can look up on the blog for some great tips. But I'm going to share the 7 steps to manifestation. I'm going to walk people through it. They're going to experience it and learn how to make it their own on May the 9th. But one of the kind of underlying places to start is actually about raising your energy. So if you start to do that now, if you're joining me on May the 9th, it's going to make that process really work powerfully for you. Number 7 is about having fun. Now I say this, and it's not to be flippant, but if you think about it, when you're thinking about stress, worry, when you're concerned that things aren't going to work, or just thinking, well, it didn't work in the past and it's not going to work now, that isn't fun. It's not lightness, and lightness is what helps us attract. It's the light that our own light that the universe is reflecting back to us. If it's heavy and dense with stress, worry, fear, panic, anxiety, all those things, then the universe can only really be reflecting that back to you. So it's about having fun. And today, the day that I'm recording this is Friday. You may not be watching it on a Friday, but whatever day that you're watching this, I want to challenge you to actually go and have some fun, whether you can today or tomorrow, but definitely within the next 48 hours, go and do something just because it's fun. You know, be somewhere where you laugh so much. Be with people where you laugh so much that your sides hurt. Or maybe you go and paint the town red, or get to a restaurant that you've been wanting to go to, or a bar, or go and watch a film, something that you've just been avoiding till next month, tomorrow, you know, but that tomorrow never comes. So it's really about, you know, and this works really well with number 5, about raising your energy and having more fun, because it does bring in the light. There is a very powerful kind of spiritual transformation that happens when you're having fun. And I know, you know, from my own life and through the community that I'm with and the women that I've been coaching, that actually when you go and do something completely what feels counterintuitive, and I don't like that word, you've probably heard me say, because I love intuition, but when you go and do something that feels the opposite, so when you're feeling really stressed about business, but instead you go out and go and have some fun, actually that's where the miracles happen, because you come home, you turn your laptop on, or you check your smartphone, and you've had a sale or a really brilliant inquiry about something that you've been offering, and you realise that because you shifted your energy, instead of kind of just staying in that place of worry and stress, it's shifted for you. So I did promise I was going to tell you about the workshop on May the 9th. It's in London at the Ritz, and the Ritz is a hotel that kind of was established from the late 1700s in London. It's very, very old, powerful energy. Until you've been in there, it's difficult to almost even describe what happens. You go in there and your energy starts to shift. So there's some real powerful earth energy that's operating from that location. You know, that's why I've chosen it, because I know we're going to be doing the Manifest Your Dream money work from the inside out. So when your energy is pliable, open and receptive, the work is going to be so much easier, and your shifts are going to be so powerful, and your transformation is going to be, you know, off the scale. So I want you to check out the link, www.bit.ly, Manifest Your Dream Money. It's a one-day workshop in London. We've got someone flying in, you know, geographical boundaries are not stopping the people that know that they need to be there. And we are going to be doing work from the inside out. We're going to be working through this. I'm also going to be sharing with you, as I said in the last video, how to fill the void and the fear that debt does create, how to actually turn that into an energy where you start to manifest more miracles and more of the goodness that you truly deserve. And you're going to leave the day with your Manifest Dream Money plan. We're going to create your map, which is going to be your plan. So if you're ready to really shift your money story from the inside out, do the work, the inner work, to actually have the outer life of your dreams, of your desires, so that you can create the impact that you want in the world, you can create your legacy of love in the world, then check out the link, bit.ly/manifest your dream money. At the time of recording this, we are just over 50% full. And that's not to create any scarcity for you, that is just the truth. So if you want to be joining me and you want to be around these other powerful women in a powerful location on May the 9th, then check out the link and book your spot as soon as you can. And if you've got questions about the 7-step miracle plan, then share them in the comments below, and do share this video with others that you think are going to be needing to hear this information at this point. So until the next time, I wish you much love and an abundance of miracles.